What's going on, guys? Welcome back, and I'm very excited for today's discussion. We're going to carry on with the series where I talk about every NBA team and exactly what they need to do in 2020, 2021 to improve as a team overall. And today we got some heavy hitters. We got some big teams to discuss. Again, we're going alphabetical order. I think this is part 4, so let's get right into it. So the first team for today is none other than the Golden State Warriors. Now, they're a very interesting team. For the last probably year or so, ever since they, Clay got hurt, Steph was out, I knew that this team was going to be right back in the conversation for a championship contenders whenever they get healthy again. I mean, you have to remember, yes, they lost Kevin Durant, but the core of the team that broke the regular season record for wins is still there. You know, Steph Curry, a perennial MVP, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, but they lack depth. So they're going to need to bring in some depth off the bench, some players who can score at will. But I think what they really need to do is instill confidence in Andrew Wiggins. I think if they are going to compete for a championship and be viable championship contenders in this league with a lot of formidable teams, they're going to have to adjust a little bit to what they've done in the past because they lack that depth. So I think they're going to have to instill confidence in Andrew Wiggins to be their fourth guy, be that glue, add him to the core. I want to see, him be comfortable playing with Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, because we've seen Wiggins very uncomfortable in past situations, like what he was doing in, or how he felt playing with someone like Jimmy Butler, who I think was too maybe aggressive. His leadership style just didn't gel with Wiggins, but I think playing with Steph, Klay, and Draymond will be good for Wiggins, and I think they'll bring out a side of Wiggins we haven't seen before. But I think that's exactly what they need to do, is still confidence in Andrew Wiggins and, have him be their fourth guy, have him be, an at-will scorer, which we know he's capable of doing. Andrew Wiggins' talent isn't ever in question. It's his motor. And I think those guys at the Bay Area can really turn that motor up and keep it on. So that'll be very interesting to watch. The next team for today is the Houston Rockets. Now, I think they need a backup center. Regardless if they decide to continue with the small ball philosophy or game plan, they're going to need a backup center either way. Now, Daryl Morey's gone, so they might pivot from that small ball formula and go back to a more conventional style of NBA play where they have, a big, paint clogging center. But regardless, if they go small ball or conventional, I think they'll need a backup center, because having that backup center, if they decide to go and play small ball like they have been playing, it'll give them, versatility. I don't think this formula will work against every team, but having a backup center, maybe picking up an Alex Len, someone like Hernan Gomes, having that as a backup center will allow them to play in two different styles. And I think having someone like James Harden at the helm, Russell Westbrook, experienced, two of the most skilled players in the league, they'll find a way to adjust and play in either style. So having a backup center, or if they decide to go conventional again, they're going to need to bring on a starting center, someone with experience, someone who can really create a dynamic offense for this team. But yeah, adding a backup center to this lineup or starting center will be their biggest needs moving forward. And the third team for today is the Indiana Pacers. They're an interesting team. Now, the Indiana Pacers ranked last in three-point attempts last season, but they ranked 12th in three-point efficiency. So they'll knock down the shots, but they won't take them. And that's very interesting in today's league. Like, what's going on? I think that question needs to be asked to Nate McMillan or that organization. Like, why aren't we taking more threes? And I think they need to bring on more three-point shooters, someone who, when they get the ball, will just shoot the ball, a Duncan Robinson type, a Joe Harris type, someone who will force the offense to put up more threes, because they're efficient when they shoot threes. They just don't shoot them. Most of the season, like, they're a talented team. Most of the season they played with Oladipo regardless. So if he leaves, stick with what they have and bring in more three-point shooting, because, they could have won a playoff series possibly if they just had a formula where they took, shot, and made more 3-pointers. Seriously, it's that game changing. I mean, we seen what the Golden State Warriors did when they jacked up however many threes they did. The Houston Rockets, what they were able to do. Maybe not win a championship. I don't think that's in the Pacers' front view mirror right now. But I think they just need to adjust a little more to what the NBA is today, and they do that by adding more 3-point shooting or just get more aggressive at the 3-point line. That's the episode for today, guys. Stay tuned for tomorrow's episode where I cover another 3 teams and see exactly what they need in the 2020-2021